This is fucking dope.
You're in a lot of places right now. Shows are coming bizag, and we are on the move.
Welcome back to In Your City. This is In Your City. I'm stand-up comedian SyRok Foxx. So watching In Your City, we back with another episode. And I asked to speak to the manager.
If I can't present you with a package that you would want to tell your friends about, then why am I doing what I'm doing?
It's annoying. Because it makes me feel like I'm slipping. Like I left my house slipping. Like what the fuck made you so confident that you could walk up?
Like what gave you the confidence?
Why?
The biggest celebrity. And
Man, you got a way of blowing people
look,
up too. I gotta take
you. I see you.
I am available for videos. Yeah.
This man is a nuclear weapon. It's unfair. iHero Curt.
Yes.
A monster.
Okay, I'll take all that. I receive all that. I appreciate it.
A monster.
Let me move around a little bit. I'm a dangerous nuclear
You good.
weapon.
You
I'm
good. You good. You can
Yes.
make you can shift, get comfortable.
Okay.
First of all, I need you to explain to the people just who you are.
Okay. My name is Curtis, and I am a business developer, talent manager, tech guru, coder, all around person that's here to help anyone and everyone achieve more. So that's my claim to fame. I've worked in every aspect of entertainment, from production, in front of the camera, behind the camera. I found a love for helping individuals develop, and so I'm a talent manager. Brokered every type of deal you can think of, from production deals to publishing deals to record deals, and had a lot of success in it. And more recently, I've teamed back up with old colleagues of mine that I started with in the early 2000s. We created a company on my college dorm. Within 3 months, we had Pharrell Williams as a client, and from there, our whole lives changed. And
Let's
so-
pause you for a second. All right, not to be rude, but the first question that pops in my head, and that really it baffles me, is not to put race in it, but I mean you're a black man. Most black people don't know what you know. Most black people that don't even bother to consider learning that knowledge. What even motivated you to get into that path? Because a lot of what you're doing, you say you are in front of the camera, and I understand that, but a lot of what you do is the technical and hard, gritty work that it takes to make it in the industry. Behind the scenes, the things, the ins and outs that people just don't bother to learn. They just think, hey, I'm talented, I'm gonna make it. What chose you to take that route? Like what pushed you that direction?
Virginia.
Shout out VA.
Virginia. And I'm going to break that down, what I mean by that. So here in Virginia, there's a lot of talent. We all talk about the talent that derives from here. But we don't realize that the talent that was here had to press forward, had to create and be trailblazers, that had to chart their own paths, because we don't have a great infrastructure for talent. There's not a great economy for talent. And so a lot of folks that were my predecessors that I grew up watching go from rags to riches were people like Missy Elliott, people like Pharrell Williams. And I was around in the rooms and in the back studios when back then you had reel-to-reel and ADAT tapes and all this kind of stuff, watching them, broke but determined. And they would leave the market and make relationships and end up in a better situation. It wouldn't really be the best situation, but they just kept going. And so seeing Missy from my neighborhood go from, the girl that would sit in Tower Mall and get her hair cut to, the Gina Thompson record drops and He How was all over the radio and she's switching cars left and right. And I'm like, wow, if she could do that, I can do it. But the difference was with my vantage point. I never saw her have a handout. She literally grinded. Not just her, but others like her. Everyone around had to get noticed by people that could be the gatekeepers to kind of allow them in. But their talent pulled them where they went, and that determination. And so for me, we were, I got my start on the campus of Old Dominion University. And what happened was
Shout out ODU.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be a producer. I wanted to manage producers, and so I teamed up with these two guys, Shomi Patwari and Philip Lee, and I was going to be the management piece of their production scenario. They were extremely influenced by Chad and Pharrell, and they wanted to be the next Neptune type of sound. And so we ended up coming across Magoo, who was teamed up with Timbaland, and Magoo kind of really, really set us down and was like, look, guys, you guys are some nice guys. And, the music business is not always a nice place. So you need to figure out how y'all can be in the business and not necessarily in the business. Now, me coming from Portsmouth, I've seen all types of different situations that are, that follow us as people of color. And so I wasn't really unnerved, but my team, they were like, look, man, what are we going to do? I mean, it rattled them a little bit, and they felt like it was a calling for us to go in a different direction. And so those guys being computer science majors, me being a business major, we said, well, why don't we form a media company? Because we were broke, so we were doing our own websites, our own apps, our own, not apps at that time, but we were designing our own MySpace pages and, doing our own little music videos and things of that nature.
You took the MySpace. I used to have Kiss Me Through the Phone.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking, we had
with the little glitters.
Yeah,
y'all remember that shit?
We had the Black Planet pages and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was early 2000, 2001, 2002 type deal. And so by 2005, we decided that we were really going to take it seriously. And, my partner Shomi at the time said, he had just, I came out of school a year earlier than they did. So when they got out of school, literally, I'll never forget, I was working at Lillian Vernon out in Virginia Beach. And I was a departmental manager of like this production outfit where we had forklift drivers and this and that. And I hated it. But I was making decent money as a manager because I had a college degree and so forth. But I hated it. And he shot me a text and was like, bro, I just got my degree. I said, oh, word? I quit that day. And from that point on, literally we just went with it. And, shout out to Star Trek, NERD, Shay, Chad, Pharrell. They kind of welcomed us to do work with them. And so what ended up happening, you had something called the Star Trek Forum back then, where Pharrell had this website. And I'm not necessarily sure if he put it together, but someone put it together on his behalf. But it was a dope way for artists that were up and coming to connect. Everybody was on this thing. I'm talking, J. Cole was up there, Drake was up there, you name it. All the folks before they were who they are were there. And so us working so closely with Pharrell on a lot of his media stuff, it gave us a vantage point to see who was up and coming, and we started working with those guys. And so little do you know, Drake is in town in Virginia at 16, a.k.a. Aubrey Graham, his real name, and he's in Virginia because he was a huge fan of the Clips, a huge fan of Pharrell, and he wanted to get some of this action. You know what I'm saying? And we were kind of the gatekeepers for a lot of that. And so fast forward, 4 or 5 years go by, and we've come to the top of the food chain in terms of music video production, websites, and, all the different things that we were doing on a creative level were because of our connection to entertainment. And so
when introducing you, I described you as a nuclear arsenal in entertainment. And the reason being is because of your current I guess I wouldn't say
platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's what's in the lead right now. Explain it to me a little bit, because when you did it to my phone, at first I thought, this nigga hacked me. Like, you walked up to me, you talked to me for like 2 seconds, you touched my phone, and like a whole world of iHero popped up. And I thought, me being the person who I am, I'm a creator. I'm everything I do is in my head is art, and it's a passion. It moves me. You can tell just by me bringing it up.
Absolutely.
Comedy, guiding, just me delivering the word of, not the gospel. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not delivering the word of gospel, but I'm delivering the word of my view of art. And I want to share that among millions. You are a tool to do that.
Absolutely.
Not just you as in like your person, but you as your company, your brand, the platform that you develop is dangerous. Can you explain it for me real quick?
So iHero is an economic ecosystem.
So it's just iHero is the name of the company?
iHero is the name of the company.
Okay.
iHero, yes. And it really, what happened was, when I took a break from entertainment, because in entertainment you have these highs and lows where, you know, one moment you're making a ton of money, a small fortune, the next moment you could be waiting for weeks and months on the next gig, because unless you relocate to one of the bigger markets, you know, New York or LA, the work here is not as consistent as it necessarily needs to be to contain you, to sustain you, so to speak. And so I got into another industry that was a high pressure sales industry, and I learned a great deal of the things that drive people to do business, you know, the emotional components of sales. And it's in everything. It's in comedy, it's in music, it's in everything. There's always an emotional connection to the movement of goods and services, okay? People don't buy anything unless it connects with them on an emotional level, okay? So learning that, I enjoyed the income I was making, but I hated what I was doing. And so
that's the worst.
Yeah, it was the worst because, you know, I'm making a small fortune, but I don't want to go to work tomorrow. But the money I felt like a slave. I didn't feel free.
I'm a firm believer. If you wake up in the morning thinking, damn, I gotta go to this place, you need to change quick.
Absolutely.
You need to change quick. I don't care how outlandish. You can be the top lawyer in your firm. If you hate waking up in the morning to go and you really want to be a dog washer, you need to go ahead and bust some suds on a canine quick. Cause
fine fighter. yes.
So I understand where you're coming from.
So what ended up happening was I got an idea that in business you have community. And you have certain businesses that function in a manner that helps communities, such as the Better Business Bureau or even the local Chamber of Commerce. But these guys have an outdated model because a lot of their solution is just, hey, pay us and we'll put your face in front of some folks, we'll post you on our website, and we'll tell you when there's some events out. Well, Instagram does that for free now. Facebook does that for free. Like, you can connect with a client and a customer without having to do all that. And so looking at that model, and then more importantly, getting laid off because of COVID, I said, I got to figure something out. And so spending a lot of time on the internet, having the desire to help small businesses, I said, you know what, I think I've got something. And so the iHero concept, you know, early stages started to materialize. And then when we got to phase one and I had time on my hands, you know, I had money, I had time, I really decided to really devote everything I could to it. So I just poured all my time into it. I wasn't sleeping. I would be in front of my computer for hours on end. I put a team together. I've got folks that work for me in Russia, the Ukraine, India, Switzerland, here in America.
I'm going to name every place that I'm not newly streaming at. Come on now. Shout out to Japan.
I'm sorry. But, you know, and so what ended up happening was we started, you know, the coding process, the development process, and it evolved and evolved and evolved. And the more things I saw that I want to add value with it, the more it evolved. And so now I celebrated my birthday yesterday. And
I saw happy birthday, by the way.
I'm
not the type of person that's saying happy birthday through social media.
It's okay. So that was also the day that we officially launched the platform. And so I was excited because, you know, as everyone's talking about, man, a new year of life, your happy birthday, I'm thinking, man, it's about time to turn this into something that people can benefit from.
So the consumer can get to the product now.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us how.
Okay, so it's very simple. More importantly, it's going to happen via word of mouth. You know, we're creating a network of people that we're hoping will share the message of how beneficial this is. And so, yes, you can, you know, listen to the radio commercials. You can see it on television. There's different events that we're doing. But more importantly, we want it to be where someone walks in your business and says, hey, man, do you want to monetize that menu? Or, hey, you know, let me get your card. And you start looking for that old, outdated paper card that someone's going to discard anyway.
Yeah.
And they go, whoa, let me see your phone. And they just tap it. And then everything pops up. And you go, wow, that's incredible. And he said, you know, you could use one of these for your business.
I was that person. I was that person. You turned me into that individual. Wow.
Absolutely.
It's genius.
Thank you, sir.
This is, see, I feel bad for, I don't want to say the weak-minded. I don't want to say the blind. That's how I would describe them. I feel bad for the blind because this tool takes your 10-second. Everybody in the industry know what this is. When you first run into another individual who's high, like they might be on a higher level to you or a lower level to you, but you give them your 10-second I am this. Everyone has it. You know what I mean? I don't care who you are. If you've been in this business long enough, you got your 10-second, I am SyRok Foxx. This is what I do. And tell you the truth, if I meet a person and they can't tell me that 10-second, this is who I am, I'm going to fade back. It could be Will Smith who can, if Will Smith fucks up his 10 seconds, I'm sorry, Will, but something ain't right with you right now. You are declining stock. I'm spitting on that.
It's yours. It doesn't matter. You can get away with it.
So when you have that card, you tap that phone in the middle of the 10-second boop boop, that raises your value of it's nothing sexier than seeing an entertainer that's about their business.
Yeah, so I've got the card here. I don't know if your folks from home can see that, right?
We'll fix it. I trust the skills.
Go ahead. This is the phone, and it's as simple as just doing this. Okay, that was see, you know what? This is this chair. I'm just messing. Let's try that again. Oh, there it is. You see that? And you push that little button, and voila. Well, it's loads up. So this is mine, my personal one, as a matter of fact.
The signal is our fault.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna get to the top floor one day.
Listen, it's coming. I see it, right? But the cool thing about this is you have total control, the same way you have total control of your Facebook, your Instagram, and all the other social media platforms. It's based with the same type of technology. And so I can put the photo that I want, the background that I want, the ads that I want. I can embed all my links, my Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Cash App. That'd be a good one for you. You do the donations,
Yes,
PayPal. The young lady was sitting here. Maybe she wants to have OnlyFans. I see a lot of musical artists going that direction. So you can put all that in one place. What happens is all of us have influence, regardless of how large that influence is. In 2021, everyone is an influencer of somebody. So if you're a pastor, a teacher, a guy that does comedy, whatever.
A dirty comedian is what I like to be called.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll
Very
give you that.
Dirty.
Either way, there's somebody paying attention.
Yeah.
We're all paying attention to somebody. And so a lot of us, when it comes to typical social media platforms like your Instagram, for example, they only give you one hyperlink. So you get to take your link here, put that in your Instagram. And so as you're promoting your normal things that you would promote, like your show, you say, hey, guys, for the next episode, tune in to my show. Click the link in my bio. Well, when they click that link, your iHero profile pops up. And now they get everything that you have to offer. So they'll get that content, but whatever other content you want to provide them. But then this is the cool part. So at the bottom, there's an ad. And that ad says, hey, join me and earn some easy money right from the link in your bio. And they go, what does that mean? They click it. They see a little video. The video describes how the platform works, and they can sign up for free, or they can sign up for one of the paid subscriptions that kind of monetizes their link in their bio. But the beautiful thing about that is when that happens, you're sitting at home brushing your teeth, hanging out, and you just got paid. And you didn't even talk to the person. You have no clue that even went on. And so it creates an economic ecosystem, if you will. Because now the goal is, with this pandemic, we're all limited. Everything is a reduced capacity. You go to the local restaurant, and what happens? Oh, someone's sitting in that booth, no one's sitting there. Someone's sitting there, but no one's sitting there. And guess what, guys? We're going to close a little early and we open up later. That's a reduced capacity. So that restaurant has to figure out how to keep things afloat with less money than they did in 2019. And it may get worse because, again, there's new strands, new this, new that, new restrictions, a whole new president. We don't know what is on the other side of this. So with all these folks unemployed, why not have something that is going to monetize that restaurant menu or that signage or your actual business card? And that's what iHero is all about.
I just came a little bit.
Wow. I do have that effect, but I didn't know I had that effect on you, though. So that's cool. I'm going up a notch.
Did y'all pay attention? That's why I feel bad for the blind. That's exactly why I feel bad for the blind. There's nothing worse than an artist in this industry who has so much talent that they can reach extraordinary heights. All they need is the know-how behind the scenes. And this is one of those things that makes that know-how that much easier to produce. That's dangerous. You know how many times I introduce myself? You know how many times I say I am SyRok Foxx? I own such and such. I'm the talk show host of this and that. And it gets tiring at some point. There'd be nothing more than to just get straight down to the point. And by the way, here's my credentials. In the middle of the conversation, by the way.
Think about how cool you look when, everyone's already asking.
And
when
you
do
know
that.
I'm a cool individual. You know I don't play about my ice. Look, I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you for having me.
It was amazing that you was able to break that down. Most people would be scared to demonstrate their product right in front of the screen. I did not edit that. Everything you saw was straightforward. I didn't change nothing. I'm going to make sure I won't. That way that you can see that this product works.
Absolutely.
People going to hit this up. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure. Like, I'm going to make sure my name big enough that I can be on the billboard of it. iHero.
Share your superpower.
Oh, I didn't know we can afford the extra words for the billboard. So I just... So you up there. Thank you for tuning in for this episode. It was amazing, Curtis, man. It was fire.
Hey,
Thank you so
for
much.
having me.
Hopefully this ain't the first time that you come to a Foxtail Studios event. I know COVID does have us, like you said, at a limited capacity. But trust me, we do something, we do more than just television shows. Our live events are off the chain. You are welcome to come VIP at any of those events. People like you need to be seen.
All right, I'll take that.
Y'all
Thank
need
you,
to
sir.
fill this glow. Make sure you tune in, www.foxtailstudios.com. I appreciate you. We got his link if you want to follow him on Instagram. It's going to be real. I got the neon bzz thing going. I think I'm going to actually make the sound say bzz instead of my mouth going bzz. Because that's, we're trying to grow. We're trying to advance. Appreciate you. Theme music out.